Good evening, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 23rd, 2019, 9 p.m. Eastern. When we think we know, we don't know. And when we think we are, we aren't. There's always a misguidance, if you will, if we perceive something that is not real. And it can be taught through many generations, through the civilization, and ingrained. Here's the danger to it. It becomes a belief. And when it becomes a belief, it then becomes and takes on form of reality, and it is created. This is exactly and precisely for those who wish to do harm, manipulate the civilization into doing. Every single thought, whether you are cognizant, conscious of it, or subconscious, or unconscious, you set into motion a set of energy frequencies that come into play that create constantly. Now picture this. If you have a fear thought, and it could be brief, and just having the fear creates and creates and creates. Now, if you can get many of the civilization to have fear, it creates. And what does that attract? It attracts more. Everything. And once this civilization becomes clear that through its heart mind, the very existence of all of us is to love ourselves and each other. Purity is to introduce, not make, but introduce quite a new concept where we are in joy, and we are in joy of what we do and how we contribute to the civilization and how we embrace ourselves and all the pieces of ourselves, which are the civilization. Now, this is the civilization of the universe. It is far-reaching and expanding. And this is where we're all going. And we're transcending from this matrix, from this every control factor. When you think and believe that you're out of it, you're in it. And then you go a little bit more and you think you're out of it and you're in it. And what we're doing with these meditations Wednesday nights and other calls, is to fulfill our mission for all of the civilization. And there are more than me, there's many, and we're all coming together. It's time. Any of you feel that way? You ever feel like something has moved you and it is time? It's time for this. Even though time's irrelevant, we just use it for reference on this planet. But it is the nowness and the being. If we completely shift all that there is, ever has been, ever will be on and in this planet, that we will advance beyond our awareness and beyond the awareness of the awareness, that you become complete and you understand truly who and what you are, and to truly embrace the God within you, to walk side by side with your God, to love your God, and to understand something. You are free. You always have been, and you always will be. It's just that somebody didn't tell you that you were free, and you weren't educated or informed or exposed to the knowledge of what that involves. And tonight's meditation is simply responsibility. And we'll add a word in front of that. Self-responsibility. For when you become free, through your heart, mind, and you understand that nothing can imprison you but you. And how do you do that? Through ignorance. And ignorance means that we don't know, that we don't have the knowledge, that we cannot be empowered with the knowledge of our freedom, which we've always carried within. We have all paid way too much attention to the outside of us and not the inside. Our imbalance is apparent. I was in this discussion with some Star Brothers tonight, and it's knowing that you're loved. That's really important. Knowing that you're loved. Not thinking, but knowing. And once you understand that you are loved, and that all life is, that life is the highest value in the universes, and that we do no harm, and that we live in joy, and by living in joy, we prosper. Effortlessly. Without fail. And by creating value and building wealth for yourself and civilization, and being in your joy, it's endless. That's responsibility for you. It's part of all of your mission. And I think you know it, because I sense all of your vibrations. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. That is the construct that they have put here. It does not matter how much you own or have or think you own and have. It isn't what education you have. It has nothing to do with any of that. It is that you are aware that you and your God are one. That you're in deep, eternal love, and that you're here to love all things, to assist and love and kindness and generosity, all things. It's responsibility for self. Your self-responsibility. The embrace many labels. But to simplify it, it is you, the God. This isn't about kneeling. This isn't about paying homage. These are all constructs that we've been wrongly taught. And in the responsibility of self is to carry out and understand what your responsibility is when you interact with others. And when you come across anybody, it's a complete saturation of your love, your God love. Now, even though it may be tough, I've had people tell me, I don't have a problem with being at peace and in love within, but I have a hard time outside. This is the barrier that we create. Because from within is without. It's from without, from within, from without. You pour forth. You pour forth your love. And you be in that love. And you do not ever leave it. Not for a split second. It is constantly bathing you, embracing you and loving you and supporting you. Why is it that the civilization collectively is not doing that? Because they've been taught to look outside themselves, to draw from outside themselves, to be guided by outside energies, frequencies, instead of going within, embracing the God, and the God will guide you. But unfortunately, humanity fights that very thing, does the opposite. The mission is to splendorize the planet and all life, civilization. It is to uplift the highest frequencies and the deepest eternal love, responsibility. Now, you either choose it, no one's telling you, no one's forcing you, this is you, self-responsibility. And when it does, because it will, knock on your door and come in and ask you, once and for all, what are you going to do? And you may have an answer or you may not. It's pretty simple. You understand that all of the energy compiled in this entire one universe, there are literally trillions of them. This is all collective and all together. And what this is about coming into your own God, realizing that you take on the responsibility that all things you come in touch with, in contact with, whether it is through your heart-mind, through the mind, whether it is for verbal, whether it's even subconscious, is to be in love always. And by being in love always, this is true enlightenment. This is a responsibility, our self-responsibility. Most of humanity never reaches this because they've been convinced that everything is out there, outside of them. That they've been convinced that you're supposed to follow this external authority on a continual basis without any questions, without asking questions, without researching, just doing it. And this planet is changing, and it is shifting at an accelerated rate. And we do have a responsibility. We're all gathered here. This is not happenstance that we have millions coming to these meditations, growing around the world. This is not happenstance at all. This is the gods and the bodies talking to the gods through the heart-mind and waking up and realizing that all of the things that have occurred on this planet, we collectively have created. Self-responsibility. Coming to that understanding with love and appreciation. To understand as we advance, because we are advancing and we are accelerating at a very rapid pace, what that means is that you will become more self with the God than ever before in the history of this civilization. You will expand. You will also be tested constantly, persistently, on your values, on your knowing, and on your direction. The external authorities will press you incessantly to try to keep you locked in your own creation of lower frequencies. And it will be up to you, your responsibility, your self-responsibility, to pull and raise and elevate yourself out of this. So if you will, go to the place where you are not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure most of you are. And as I talk, you're going to want to relax. And the first thing you want to do is move into the now. There is nothing else. The rest is just an illusion. There is no yesterday. There is no tomorrow. There is just the now. And as you move into the now, you will know as your body will begin to relax, and your shoulders will begin to drop, and the pressures and the tensions and the self-created anxieties will dissipate. The fears will melt. And as you do this, and as you stay in the now, you're going to want to breathe. And you want to breathe through the nose and out the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. And as you breathe in, you want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003. And then exhale through the mouth, breath out. And while I'm talking, you want to do this about 6 times. And why do you hold your breath? For all of you that are new, you hold your breath because it causes you and moves you to focus on the now. Your breathing is always the now. It never changes. It is constant. It always has been, and always will be. So as you focus on your breathing, it moves you more to be in the now, permanently. And since most of us are shallow breathers on this planet, we only take in 18% oxygen. This is not good for the physical body at all. So you focus on your breathing. And as you're doing this, you inhale through the nose and breath in. You're breathing in divine positive energy. And what is it? What is divine positive energy? It is the collective consciousness of the universe. It is Prime Source Creator God. It is Mother, Father God, the feminine and the masculine, in balance, in perfect harmony. It is your God in connection with all gods. And it opens up in its communication, which is always coming in, and that you're cognizant and clear of and conscious of. You are free. You are a self-responsible God. And you are complete, and you always have been. There are no missing pieces. Only that your mind throws at you to convince you otherwise. You are complete love. You're unviolated love. You're pure. And part of the responsibility that we all have is to love ourselves. All of us. All of it. The good, the bad, the ugly. Love all of us. How can we understand creating universes when we don't love all of us, all of ourselves? Because believe me, whether you realize it or not, you have already created universes. Everything is fast. On the head of a pin, there can exist billions of universes. And look where you're at. You're on this little blue marble on the rim of the Milky Way galaxy, on this water world. And we're here to liberate this planet entirely. We're all star seeds. We're all gods. And this is what we came here to do. And guess what? It is now. It is in the now. It never comes yesterday. And it will not come tomorrow. It is now. This is the message coming from Source. It is now. Self-responsibility. And as we breathe out any arguments that our mind may try to convince us are correct. We wash it away. Remember, you can call in transmuting purple flame. It is a frequency, it's an energy. Transmute all of this low frequency that comes in, because it does, and transmute it into neutral light substance and send it back to the great central sun. And the great central sun happens to be a frequency and energy that is housed in the center of centers. It has cousins and other relatives, but it is the center of centers. And all that there is, ever has been, and ever will be. Outside of the fabric of this universe and all universes and all creation. And then beyond the ribbon of creation. It is our responsibility to understand this and understand what our purpose we not love all things? If we love ourselves, and when we learn to do that, we then love all things, everything. We turn into our heart minds. We float up in the neck area effortlessly. We are immediately met with our gods, and we merge. And we feel the vibrational shift frequency with the biologic and the God. We create heaven on earth. There's no turning back. It's in full motion. It is the now. There's no going into the past to create your future. There's no going into the future to create your past. So, we are protected, always have been, always will be. It is our minds that convince us otherwise. Usually because the heart mind isn't overseeing the mind. We're literally enshrouded in the emerald green healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is part of us. Raphael shows it and sends it. Once you understand this, you will be able to wield it. The purple transmuting flame, the violet ray, the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael, our strength, our resolve. These are reminders that they give us, inherent in all gods. The white fire, our immortal armor, our power to transmute, transcend low vibrational frequencies into high loving frequencies. The music is sweet, the distortion ends. The golden white pink light of Prime Source Creator God, Mother, Father God, Source, our family, all imbued, all within us. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light. This circle of light is our gods coming together. It forms around the equator of the planet. It embraces this planet, this Gaia, this sentient being. It cleanses her air, her atmosphere, purifies her waters, harmonizes the soils, nurtures all life. She is completely housed in this perfect frequency. Everything is saturated and flooded. We begin to float up effortlessly above the planet. Easy. And as we do this, we are compelled to call on our other brothers and sisters, the other parts of the one. All of the light energy beings who are of the deepest, highest eternal love, from the deepest, highest eternal love. Who are in joy, generosity, peace, and kindness, tranquil, benevolent. In all dimensions, dimensions, all densities, all existences, all universes, and beyond. And they come, and they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude. And they come in the Gugaplexes. Understand that one Gugaplex will fill this universe. Massively coming in arm in arm, hand in hand, and we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for them. And we are all love, and we are all one, and our light expands. We call upon all of the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of the civilization, all of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest of generosity, kindness, peace, benevolence. They have assisted us for millennia. And they come in the billions and trillions. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join in the circle of light. We are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for them, and they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for us. And our light expands, and we are all one, and we are all love. We call upon all of the ascended masters, all of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. In high generosity, peace, kindness, benevolence, tranquility. They have assisted this civilization for many millennia. They have assisted us in knowing ourselves, in breaking free of our own self-imposed bondage. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, and many, 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 many more. And they come in massive numbers, and they arm in arm, hand in hand, merge with us. And we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for them, and they are in the deepest, deepest gratitude for us. And we are all one. Excuse me. We are all love, and our light expands. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth. All of these civilizations, those of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love, in generosity, benevolence, and kindness, peace, tranquility. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join our circle of light. And they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude as we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude. And we are all love, and we are all one. off-worlders, all of those civilizations who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, who are in high generosity, benevolence, kindness, and peace. When they come, they've been assisting us in our evolution. They've been assisting us in our benevolence. They have been assisting us in our enlightenment. They have been assisting us in our ascension, and also been assisting us in freeing ourselves from our self-imposed bondage. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they merge with us. They are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude as we are in the deepest, deepest gratitude. We are all love. We are all one. And our light expands. We call upon all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. They are of the highest and deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They are benevolent and kind. They are generous. And they are tranquil. And they come. And they are in joy. And we have called upon them and acknowledged them. And they, arm in arm, hand in hand, merge with us into the circle of light. They are in the deepest, deepest gratitude. And we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for them. And we are all one. And we are all love. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet at this very time now. They are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in generosity and peace and tranquil, benevolence, kindness. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they merge with us. And they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude as we are in the deepest, deepest gratitude. We all are. Always. We are all one, and we are all love, and our light expands. And we're talking about many shapes and sizes and forms. The sprites, the fairies, the elves, and yes, they're real. The gnomes, the dwarfs, trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphins, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, and many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions. They join us gladly. They merge with us in the light, the circle. We are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for them as they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude for us. We are all one, and we are all love. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere through our love and our intent. It's at center circle. It could be seen, heard, and felt throughout the universes, throughout the dimensions and densities and existences, throughout all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. And as it penetrates and saturates sacredness of space, it literally peace, deep, eternal love frequency. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Moving into the 600 range. Well over 500. Feel the saturation of this frequency. This energy is massive. Understand that we have joined with massive amounts and existences of God's and source creation energy encircling this small little planet, saturating our physical bodies, our gods inside and out, flooding us head to toe. We know our self-responsibility. We don't think it, we know it. We are. We embrace all that there is, ever has been, and ever will be, ever. We deeply love our gods within these bodies. We are deeply, deeply, deeply grateful to know our gods and to walk side by side with our gods. We know that our purpose is to love all things, and it's to understand that life is the highest value in the universe. It is our mission. It is our self-responsibility to continue to extend this energy, this frequency. Feel it from head to toe. You cannot not. It moves us in towards Kundalini. It moves us towards Samadhi. It moves us into the very essence of Nirvana. It is all that we truly are. It is all that we have ever been. And it is all that we will ever be. Constantly saturating all the frequencies and all existences to higher and higher frequencies, dimensions, and existences. We transcend the very fabric of existence with this knowing. We look upon the planet, we see all of our brothers and sisters, all of the life. We see their light, their gods. We experience them. We are connected. They begin to vibrate more and higher frequencies. The God within becomes the God without. As it is on the inside, so shall it be on the outside. It is who we are, truly. And all of the civilization begins to awaken due to our intent, due to our generosity, due to our knowing that we are all one. And that parts of us need assistance. And we are here to give it. In deep, eternal love. Embrace all of the brothers and sisters, all life on and in this planet. Now, self-responsibility. Watch it as it saturates each human, each Homo sapien, each Homo sapien sapien, all life inside now. Watch as the light on the inside becomes the light on the outside. And everywhere you go, you are the intensity of deep eternal love. And you saturate everywhere you go, everywhere through your heart mind that you intend, you are creating. At this very now, you are creating. And it is your self-responsibility, all of ours, to become more in that knowing and to become more saturating of all the frequencies, good, bad, or indifferent, harmonizing them and unifying them in love. Watch as they all elevate, as they all rise. Feel that love. For it is you. It is all of us. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. unifying as a civilization. First time ever. You're coming together. You'll experience more and more as those who are asleep will begin to awaken. And they'll have a lot of questions. And you will be there for them. We all will. And those who desire our assistance, we will gladly give it. Self-responsibility. This is all for the greater good of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. What we are doing here will be repeated throughout the universes in all areas of disharmony. Feel it as it transpires on this planet, in this planet. In the beauty, and the joy, and the bliss, and the love, and the gratitude for ourselves, then for each other, and then for all. Take this with you throughout the night, into the morning, and into the day. Practice it. And you will become it. We will have a TFCC this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And our meditation will resume tomorrow at